We have a problem on parabolic motion, and in this case, of course, we assume that air resistance is negligible. The problem reads as: a ball is projected with a velocity of 15 meters per second at an angle of 30 degrees to the horizontal. So first part is asking you, what is the initial horizontal and vertical components of the velocity? So if you just break it up as 15 meters per second, and you want to know what is the x component, and this is 30 degrees. We have 15 cosine 30, and this is the y component, vertical component, which is 15 sine 30. So the horizontal component will be given as 15 cosine 30, and that works out to 13 meters per second to 2 SF, and the horizontal and the vertical component works out as 15 sine 30, and that is 7.5 meters per second. So we have the first part of the values. So we have ux as 13 and uy as 7.5 meters per second. Now the next question is, what is the time taken for the ball to reach its maximum height? Now remember, the motion in the x and y is independent of each other. So we just need to focus on the y value. So, and at the maximum height, the velocity will be 0. So we use this equation, and remember, this is all the y components. Okay, and of course the highest point is 0. This will be 7.5, and take note, if you're going to take upwards as positive, so in this case gives you g as minus 9.81, and so from there you work out your time comes to something like 0.76 seconds, right? Now the next question is, what is the maximum height reached by the ball? Now if you notice, the motion will be somewhat like this, okay, and the time it takes to reach, the first part of it to reach the highest point is 0.76 seconds, as we just worked it out. And the second part of the motion, remember, there's no air resistance, will also take 0.76 seconds. Now, before we look into that, the maximum height, we just focus on using the equation v squared equals to u squared plus 2as, and we have again g is negative, and you work it out, you get the highest as 2.9 meters to 2 SF. Okay, so that would be 2.9 meters from the point of launch. And of course, as I said, we want to work out what is the horizontal distance traveled by the ball, and we saw the total time would be 1.52 seconds, and now we bring in the x value, which was 13 meters per second, and remember, this value remains constant, there's no air resistance, and so it simply works out as 13 times 1.52, and you get an answer of about 20 meters to 2SF. Right. So there you go. This is how you solve the problem for parabolic motion, where the motion in two planes is independent of each other.